Welcome back to Daybreak Extra on Trust TV. Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission has proposed 873 billion naira for the 2027 general elections, and many Nigerians are already reacting. In a time when citizens are grappling with high cost of living, unemployment, and economic pressure, the big question this morning is, are we getting value for money? Is this huge budget a necessary investment in strengthening our democracy, or should Nigerians demand more accountability, transparency, and electoral reforms before such funds are approved? So we ask again this morning, is 873 billion naira for an election justified or excessive? Let's hear from you. To join the conversation, you can actually call the number displayed on your TV screen. You can also send WhatsApp messages on same numbers displayed on your TV screen. Fatima, around 2023, this budget right now has tripled the 2023 election budget. What can you say about this? What do you think about this?
Well,
it has tripled, actually.
It has, actually, so it's actually, that's why Nigerians want to know why this much. And there are also, people saying, will it be enough? Will they come back to say that it's not even enough? And I asked the question, where will the money, all this money go to? Because it's not just on paper. Definitely, the money is going to come out somehow. 873 points more, over 700 million, 780 million additional in the front. Don't forget. So it's actually too much, Mariam.
So yeah,
it is.
Yeah, according to
when people are going through economic hardship, and we are seeing this amount of money flying in and out during election period, which we understand that people said, when I asked the question, oh, they're going to get ballot papers, they're going to get logistics, and they also included about 450,000 NYC members that is going to be.
It's broken down into 5 main chunks.
Exactly.
They said 379.75 billion naira for operational expenses. Then we have 92.32 billion naira for admin. Then we have
let's pick this call.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Before we come back to the main checks.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mariam.
Good morning, Shatima.
Fatima,
Dawatu Cleosley, Shatima.
Welcome.
Go ahead. What's your contribution this morning?
Well, honestly speaking, you see, even it is much, but one have to understand that democracy is very expensive government to run, especially the democracy of Nigeria, which is different from the other democracy. You see, honestly speaking, the democracy of Nigeria is just like penny wise, pounds foolish. They have been spending money on sector that they're not supposed to do it. And the sector that's supposed to inject money on it, they neglected it. That's the fundamental problem that we're facing. But even though, as I said earlier, democracy is expensive, very, very expensive. So, and also it is not convenient to we Africans, honestly speaking, because in the name of democracy, many things have been happening, and we don't have solution over it. Instead of us to concentrate and look at the modus operandi and how we will run our own democracy the way it will be convenient to us, we have been copying and be following blindly up to the level that we start feeling some pinches. Honestly speaking, the budget is too huge. It's too many. You can't imagine this huge of money. Even though Nigeria is a very large country. You need so much money to cover it, because some other places, before you even reach the place to conduct the just the election, it required money, even to transport with the facilities. It is required money. And look at the way we find ourselves today. Naira has become something else. We are praying for the recovery of the value of Naira. All what we are seeing is lack of value. Naira the value have lost. Today 1,000 Naira plus for just $1. The one that we know, it was 75 kobo before. 75 kobo to dollar. You see, honestly speaking, it is speaking, and we do not care to look at the way and manner we will revive the value of Naira. All what we are doing is arrangement for this, arrangement for that, arrangement for this, arrangement for that. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. Our politicians have to tie their belts and face the reality. It is very, very unfortunate. Today, 127 million for a bike, somebody is saying it's Tokumbo. It's very, very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. A lawmaker of a higher chamber he's seen 127 million as a small meager of money. So how do you what do you expect in the arrangement where they want to become back on power? Even how no matter no matter the amount that will consume, they don't care. They will inject it, but they have to know that this thing is getting much. It's getting much. Honestly speaking, this budget is too high. Even though I said earlier, democracy is very expensive, but we have to be doing things according to our earning and according to where our people, they will appreciate and know that something reasonable have done. This careless, reckless spending, it will not take us anywhere, and there is a lot of things that we need to do. It's not only this conducting process of their coming back. They are there. They have spent so many years. We do not see anything. Then why are you taking this huge amount of money for them to come back? So honestly speaking, something needs to be done. We have to be wise in spending. We have to be wise in spending. There is no country that will agree injecting unnecessary spending on something that is not valuable to the to the country at large. So we should try as much as possible to fix our problems before we forge ahead. Look at the problem that is lingering in this country. A lot of things. This money is supposed to be channeled in other sector in order to fix the country for the benefit of all of us. Honestly speaking, well, we are praying and hoping to see this process well and have a very good government, so that they should push ahead to correct the illnesses of the country. We are praying for a better election in 2027 and for a better people to occupy the places, so that they should contribute towards the correcting of all illnesses of Nigeria. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Fatima.
So we're talking about the breakdown of the money, and we mentioned two. One is for operational expenses, then at the admin, then 209.21 billion for technology. That's the tech stuff, and the 154.91 billion naira for capital projects, and the one that will shock me was 42.61 billion naira for miscellaneous items. And I was like, Fatima, what miscellaneous items?
Well,
I think miscellaneous, we know they're supposed to keep money for that, but 442.61 billion for that.
Well,
that's so
you'll
shocking.
definitely break it down for Nigerians to know what
it's already,
miscellaneous will be.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, your name and location, please.
Ade is my name from London, England, United Kingdom.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling.
Happy Valentine's Day. I can see red in your clothes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Mr. Ade, sorry to say, I don't celebrate Val. I don't know for Mariam.
I am not wearing. I'm not the one wearing
I don't
red.
celebrate Val. It was a coincidence. It was just a coincidence. But
well, you see, a man to ask his wife to go to the market and cook soup. He said he want to use stock fish, goat meat, cow meat, and nice fish. And he gave the wife 100 naira. I mean, the wife will say, oh God, what will happen? You want better food. You see, in Yoruba land they say the soup that is very sweet, it is money that costs. So when Nigeria are dictating, we want election, we want transmission, we want this and that. Is it going to cost cheap? No. Even this money is too small to me. Because you know some places in Nigeria you have to go by sea. And it's not easy, it's not cheap. And the life of the youth coppers, they are going to pay them allowance, their cost staff. The vehicle they are going to use. Nigeria is too large. You see? If you just say 873 billion, what is the value of this billion? Convert it to dollar. How much is it? You see? Since they remove the subsidy, the naira, has shoot up. So the value is what matters in any currency. Before you even criticize it, it is the value. If I agree in England, the value of the pound remains anytime, any day, all over the world. You see? The value doesn't change because when they want to increase any price here, they increase by 5p. Even the transport, the tickets you buy every week, traveling tickets, the government will say next year we are going to increase by 10p. So everybody, 10p is small, but they know what they are getting. So in Nigeria, this 8-something billion, all we need to do is to ask for accountability. Tell us how you will spend the money, after the election. That is all we are after. But because they have to do things rightly. Look at the sun in Nigeria. They have to get shade for people to cover their head, and the hardcore staff, they need to eat when they are there because Nigeria election. So it's not cheap at all. So when you want quality things, you need to spend money. You see? So this is justifiable to me with this amount. Yes, you can say, why don't you spend it here, spend it here? We always hear that all the time. Everything is planning. This is their own office. INEX planning, this is it. I want Nigeria, most especially ordinary Nigeria, I want them to be focusing on those who embezzle money. Be calling their name, be shouting them, rather than criticize good government. Be shouting those people who embezzle our money, who carry our money, who are in court now or everywhere. Those are the people you should be talking about. This is valuable because they need to conduct election. That's my own view about this. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Valentine, enjoy a nice chocolate. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Ade from London.
Mr. Ade, you know how to choke me out. I like chocolate.
Yeah, that's funny. But I want to say this, in as much as some people will actually say Naira do not have really, there's no value.
Caller.
And okay, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Baseko.
Mr. Baseko calling from Gombe.
Thank you so much for calling this morning.
Alangoro, you did not allow my brother Shetima to finish his comment before you cut him. I'm not happy.
It's Mariam.
I just finished discussing with him. I say he should greet you well in your dialect because today is Valentine and you just cut
him. You see, it was Mariam. It was Mariam that caused
we have very serious topic to discuss about the national policy. Okay, so no of problem. Course that's why.
Sincerely speaking, I want to appreciate Ade today. Sincerely speaking, he really catapulted my heart to the sky. I give him 50% there, and I give Shetima 50% because they both spoken they've spoken to my heart. Yes, why did I say Ade have spoken to my heart? Since 2000 till date, I mean, 2000 till 2019, I've been on election duty, on a serious election duty. Why did I say so? The money, as they say, needs to be increased and also not to be increased. Why do I say this? Because the surplus, they don't normally give us the surplus. They don't normally give us the account whether they surplus or not. That is just the problem. Now, where I'm supporting Fatima is that all the money they've been giving them, they've been buying cars, they've been buying vehicles, they've been transporting the ballot papers to plane, and then through the sea, through the rivers. What have they been able to purchase their own? No. I remember one time from Port Harcourt, we were going to Degema and Borokri. I know, life almost we almost lost our life. So you see, all these kind of things that happen in this country, they must be check and balance. This money needs to be checked. There is no, what do they call them? These people that don't check and balances. We don't have them. That is why we're having problems. Then coming down to security, how much are they earmarking for security? How much are they earmarking for transportation? Are they still going to buy more vehicles? So these are the things we need to know. They should allow us to know because we are the voters. I've been voting. Now I'm not voting. When you talk of British, their pound sterling is stable. It does not go down. It does not devalue. No devaluement there. American dollars, no devalue. But our own today, you go to market today, buy something tomorrow. You buy again today, tomorrow. So we must make sure things are put in the right perspective. Not that they say, we want to buy Tokumbo vehicle to our presidency, spending 270-something million. How about billion? What kind of a country is this? No check and balancing. For a senator who wants to get kickback from everything they want to do in Nigeria, kickback. So that has been our problem. I want to summarize this by saying that the world has entered an era of geopolitics. What do I mean by geopolitics? Everything has become politicized. Everything is politics. In Ukraine, it's politics. Venezuela is politics. Look at 2 Nigerians have been killed in Ukraine. Politics. So we must make sure politics, we must play this politics the way it should be. Atiku Abubakar went to meet the other man because it's politics. So we must not allow politics to demean us, to make us look useless. People are watching. Look at what is happening now. The FBI, they have to pay $100,000 because of something that is happening in America that has to surround with about 10 states in America. Good trade. Why can't we also do the same? Now, they should earmark money that they should be, because we have areas that cannot be, people cannot go in to vote. There are some places like Bandicare where they attack people. There are some places like Niger where they attack people. That is the time they need to send undercover policemen, just like the FBI, what they did now in Ghost Street. They earmarked $100,000, sending people to monitor that place. Has Nigeria been doing that? No, we are not doing that because we are so lackadaisical in doing things. And look at China; they are monitoring their people. Why do I say they are monitoring their people? They slammed a country that is doing what? Showing their people on a video. So we must all wake up. We must all wake up. This is a clarion call for us to wake up. They slammed America, CIA. They are recruiting people. So we should not allow that to happen in our state. Thank you. God bless all of you. Happy Valentine. And I'm seeing you wearing red. I hope that is the sign of Valentine.
Mr. Abasekwan, we are not celebrating Valentine, no.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abasekwan.
This red is costing wahala. So, I'll stop wearing red. I will remember next year not to wear red.
You know, that was the first time I asked you.
I appreciate the three of them calling at the same time. These are our favorite callers, our constant, continuous callers that they don't stop calling. About second called, and Shetima and Mr. Ade. But then we have another caller now before I want to say what I want to say. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Good morning. Your name and location, is that Evangelist?
Yes, this is Evangelist.
Why are they calling like...
Calling from Djibouti.
Good morning, Evangelist. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, please just give me the summary of the thing.
We are talking about the 873 billion budget for INEC coming 2027. Are we getting value for what we are spending?
Thank you very much, my dear sister. You see, the money is too exorbitant. It is killing. We are not getting value for the money that they are just expending on election. I believe that at the end of the day, the money gets into the pocket of some people that share it. You see, if we are even seeing the value, it's too much. They shouldn't spend more than 50 million on conducting just an election. It is too much. It is killing. It is barbaric. It is in this crime that we spend a lot of money on extra codes and on unnecessarily for some people just to pocket it, all in the name of election. Whether you spend money or not, those that will win the election will win the election. And not only that, those elections, our votes, do they allow it even to count? Do they allow it to count? So we have not been seeing the value for that money that they are just spending at the expense of the suffering masses. And at the end of the day, people will go to vote in the sun and in the rain without seeing the value for that all those efforts and all those rigorous exercise they have gone through. This time around, in the forthcoming election, by the special grace of God, all these things should be guided against, and they should give us, credible elections that will not lead to any wastage at the end of the day. You see, most of these politicians, they spend a lot of money, and when they win election, what they look for is the money that they have spent. They will first embezzle that at the end of the day, nigger cents, still not. Modi come with the help for the people in the country, and they will be giving us excuses. We don't want that this time around. We want transparency, honesty, and what have you. God will continue to bless Trust FM station, and it will continue to work stronger. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Evangelist.
I mean,
Fatima,
he said what he said also, which is very valid.
Yeah. I really wanted to, something Ade said caught my attention, talking about the money is not so much. But however, there are lots of critics, everybody. It's a known fact that Nigeria's elections costs are already among the highest in Africa. Yet, it's not too credible, like other countries in Africa. So this as a
lot of people are asking if elections in Nigeria is becoming more expensive, or is it because the cost is that expensive because the country is not safe? They're trying to, probably because it's more riskier, so the budget is higher. I think we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, we've lost our call. I was hearing a baby's voice at the background.
So will this fund, we just hope that this fund, the question is, will this fund actually translate into better logistics, timely results uploads, and reduce election fraud?
That was what Ade said. But then, at the end of
how
the day...
are we sure? A lot of people have actually lost trust. There's going to
be audit, and it should be public when that is done. After the election, we should see the breakdown of what the money went to and what is remaining, if at all. But let's pick this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is Daniel.
Daniel
from Jalingo.
All right, Daniel from Jalingo. Go ahead. What's your contribution this morning?
Yes. The issue here is that we are not getting the value, as rightly said by others. Because if you look at our terrain, which is always been the most important aspect of it in Nigeria, the roads we are having now are roads being constructed by the military governors. Up to today, those roads are not maintained. From Taraba, from end to end in Taraba, is not a small journey. I think Taraba is the third largest state when it comes to landmarks in Nigeria. There's a local, like in Sardauna, Mambila alone. Presently, there are some places from the headquarters to their villages. 15,000 naira will not take you to and fro. That is almost from Jalingo probably to Jos. That is transport fare for now. 16,000 naira will not pay your transport from Sardauna, that's Jumbu, Sardauna local government headquarters to their own virus villages. So, this kind of money, how are we going to make it valuable to us? We're in the era of technology. Let us have a card. That is the solution I'm looking at. Let us have a card with 6 last lines of election, that is starting from the consular to the president. That card should be given just like the way if you insert it in ATM, if you insert ATM card, in an ATM machine, once your money is not there, it's not there. If you have money, how much you want to withdraw, you withdraw. Let us have a lifeline card that everywhere you are in Nigeria, you use that lifeline card to do your election. If you maybe let to have a card that can you use it for like 2 elections. Okay, if I leave Taraba to Kano, if I want to do election in Taraba, I can decide to slot in that card, check which one are you going to do. Yes, I'm going to do election of governor in Taraba State. Then that card will be accepted in Kano. Once you slot it, then the card now will automatically erase the governorship lifeline in the card completely. The same thing happened to others' elections. So that all this money, because they can print a card, they can produce a card that can stand for like 2-3 elections. So this kind of money now will not be there again to be wasted. We cannot use this money and channel it to other infrastructures like roads that we are not even having. Like now, imagine they are saying the budgeted list in terms of health. This kind of amount can go there and also improve our health. So if we will continue in this manual system that we are talking, we are not going to be getting our value being spent in the election every year. Because even the manual aspect is the one creating all this insecurity of it. People want to get power by all means because they believe that when they make election manually, they will sit in power and begin to control people. So the only way out of us to get our value is to bring in system of voting. Just as if you go to JAM now, once you put your name, any other thing, aside with that name, forget it. For you to go and do another thing without that name, it won't work. So let's go get a card. Please, that is my own contribution in this aspect.
Thank you
very
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Daniel, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's Daniel.
Thank you so much for your contribution. But then I'm seeing some messages. Let me just quickly read them before we go because it's already time. And this is coming from, well, you forgot to add your name, but he said, good morning, beautiful ladies. Honestly, it is the highest level of wickedness if this budget is passed. I wish it's another payment for free and fair elections. May God help us all. And then another one says, this is coming from, he said, good morning. Our next budget is a bogus one, yet we have a serious credibility question in every election cycle. If we can have a single 5-year term, it will go a long way in saving costs and reduce corruption to an extent. This is coming from Sholnom Johanna Bako from Kafanchan, Kaduna State. Thank you so much for sending that message. Then another person said his name is Said Musa Tanko. He said, hi, good morning. I love your program. Happy Valentine's Day. And then he said, but actually the money is huge and we are not getting values. Well, thank you so much, Said, for that message. Well, Maryam, everyone has said what they have to say. Okay, well, I think we have one last call. Just last call before we go. Our guest is already here, so we don't want to keep them waiting. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Fatima. Good morning, Maryam.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Lagos.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Go ahead. What's your contribution?
Thank you very much. And let me quickly appreciate Trust TV for giving us this ample opportunity to say our mind when it comes to the national issue. I really appreciate, and the Almighty Allah continue to lead into the journey, and that's on that. Certainly, my worry is if like the budget amounted to the N8. For instance, if I can access it and then say something for now without going through the original breakdown of how the money is going to spend, I don't think I'm going to care for that. I have to go through. For instance, you remember during the before 2023 election, big money has been spent to the Arab and the social blah blah divas, but had nothing to show up. So for now, we have to see the original breakdown on how the money is going to be spent. For instance, we're all talking about printing logistics through the seaway, the transportation, and so on and so forth. We all know that anything that has to do with printing, the more you print, the lower you pay the price. You understand my point? So imagine going on this issue, we cannot access it without going into the original paper. That's on that. My worry, why are we not respecting our institutions? That's my big problem. Why are we not respecting our institutions? What's wrong with our policy makers? Look at what happened during the budget at the end monetary at the Senate committee. So these are the kind of things. We lack monitoring and evaluation. We lack transparency. We lack accountability. There is gap of communication between the government, the policymakers, and the entire people. And these are the kind of issues that bring lack of trust, because most of Nigerians doesn't trust government of nowadays. When the government said this, Nigeria, this is the story we have been hearing about it. Why? Because there is gap of communication. Like I always made mention, we have government agencies who were established to advocate or to publicize government policy to the people. We have National Orientation Agency. We have News Voice of Nigeria. We have Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. We have National Television Authority of Nigeria. We have Voice of Nigeria. These are government agencies who are to communicate government policy to the whole Nigeria. Are they doing that? So this kind of communication is quite, I don't know how to put it, but believe in me, we are not getting things right until we do the right thing before we fight the catching war. Otherwise, we keep on going on this present predicament, which I don't pray for. Like I always made mention, there is no any other country in the whole world will come and at least reduce the nation of 200 million population. Are we expecting the international community to come and rebuild our nation? 1971, Dubai is not what it is today. But at least patriotism, need a good leadership, good governance, make Dubai to become the world tourism in terms of business, in terms of health, in terms of everything. You got to go to Dubai. We have the population, we have the manpower, we have the resources, we have the expertise. We can do the same. Are we patriotic? That's the question. So my worry is this monitoring and evaluation. I could remember during one of the democracy-based speech where Mr. President was saying that he established monitoring and evaluation unit. Are they working? That's the question. If they are working, what happened with the Abuja, Kaduna, Kano roads? Like what somebody might mention, if you go to Taraba or Taraba to Jos or Taraba to Kano, go to Taraba. You see hell. Start moving to Taraba from Kano, you see hell. Now, let's say from Jos to Kano, from Kano to Jos, go to Saminaka. That very day, you're not going to do anything at Plateau State if you run. So how long that will remain the way it is? Is it not a general government road? So we lack essential essential amenities. We lack infrastructure. We lack. For how long shall we remain in this present predicament? That's my worry. When you call a minister to come and defend the budget that's allocated for him for the year, it will become a chaos between the Senate and themselves. Between the minister and the committee. Who does that? You give somebody money to perform something and he cannot perform it, and he cannot defend it, he cannot give you account on what you ask him to do for you, and you cannot talk. The more you talk, the more you become critic. The more you come, the more you become demanding of arresting. Who does that? We are anti-democratic era. We need citizen active participation. Citizen must be active in participation. How are they going to do that? They must be monitored. They must be evaluated. Look, honestly speaking, I always mention we need this a community-driven approach system of at least within the community, so that common effort will be coming out. We cannot just wait. We give you mandate and you cannot give us what we want, and we just keep right until 4 years. Who done that? What happened with the recalling process? Why should we give you mandate that you cannot deliver and we expect until another 4 years? 1,446 days or 50 days. Who does that? I'm sorry, there is need for general societal reorientation on the way we approach this, the way we do things. In fact, so many things need to be done. Even if you are living in face me and face you in your home, you must have to have this at least guidance and counseling, monitoring, evaluation, and so on and so forth. So that you know that my family are doing well, that my child are into good things I want them to be. Even if you are not financially capable of doing what you need to do, but you monitor the system of your family. It's like what I'm saying. There is this general societal orientation. You are rich, you are poor, you are educated, whatever. There is need for this general societal orientation to be able to patch the cracking wall. Otherwise, we keep on going on this present predicament, which I don't pray for. Thank you very much for this ample opportunity you've given me. I remain SMB from Lagos. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
very much.
For
that was such a very bulky and insightful one.
Yes, he did. You know, he spoke extensively and he touched on a lot of things that, you know, some of the callers didn't touch on. Well, you know, I just want to say that with the huge budget and other people also, there's another person that sent a message from Nasarawa, Aminu, that said this money is too much, except they are keeping some for their pocket, and hence the reason why a lot of Nigerians are going to keep asking that question. But one thing that I want to say is we know that, you know, the former INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, has also come out to say that Beavers doesn't need internet connectivity for it to work. We don't want to hear any stories when it comes to that. They should start fixing that. I mean, we know what happened.
I mean, they're already saying because of the huge investment in Beavers and IREV machines.
We know what happened during the 2023 elections, the back and forth with the Beavers, and also, you know, people not being able to reach to the locations of the election, the sites and everything. So we don't want to hear all that. And the youths are also not ready to vote without them being included. We know that the Not Too Young to Run bill has been signed since 2018 by the former president, late President Muhammadu Buhari, and we are still not seeing the inclusivity of youths when it comes to politics. 40, 30 are the age that was provided for presidency, for governorship, for National Assembly, for reps. So we are waiting to see how youths are going to be included. And I'm speaking with, as a youth right now, that we need to be included. We need change. We need to see what youths are going to do when the 2027 election comes in. And so this huge amount, we're waiting to see how it's going to be used. We need to see, we want to see audit after the elections. We're going to hold the government to account. We're going to hold the INEC to account for them to tell us how they're going to spend this money. Well, thank you for all the people that called and also the WhatsApp messages. For those that were not able to read them, we're so sorry. Due to time, we cannot be able to do that. Our guest is already waiting for us. And let's go on a quick break. When we return, we're going to bring in our guest to talk about the infrastructure and investment development.